Hey guys, welcome to another video. It is the day after Boxing Day and I'm at the workshop. I've got a few cars to work on, namely the GS here. I've got to put a new power steering pump in it because it's whining and whinging, and do a little bit of maintenance to some of the other cars. But the exciting thing about today, I just almost tripped over something. The exciting thing about today is that BTC almost broke 27,000 US dollars, which is just mind blowing. Like, I'm still just so blown away and in shock that it's still climbing. I'm still expecting a 30 to 40% pullback, but from where? It looks like it's going to go all the way up to 30K. Looking at the charts, listening to other traders, friends of mine who have been in this space a lot longer than I have, giving their insights. So where will it go? Leave a comment below. Where do you think it's going to go? Is it going to hit 30K and then start to pull back? Is it going to hit a little bit lower? Is it going to hit higher? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And that leads us to the topic of today's video, the 20 most commonly asked questions about BTC and cryptocurrency. I'm going to be jumping into the computer in just a moment and going through all 20 of those questions for you so that you're further educated when people are asking you what it is that they asked you about BTC, because there's plenty of skeptics in the world. There's plenty of skeptics about the cryptocurrency market, even at almost $30,000 US, which for my Australian people, it's at about 36,000, 37,000 AUD right now, which is just mind blowing. I remember when we mentioned in the newsletter in December 2018 that it was a good time to buy BTC at the $3,800 mark. And people were calling us idiots, saying it's going to go to zero, it's going to go further down, yada, yada, yada. But it hasn't. It's gone up. I was also telling people to buy BTC when it was $10, $100 in 2013 and 2015. So it's just crazy to see this. And yeah, for those of you who've been following me that long, congratulations to be where you are today. That is awesome. And yeah, onward and upward from here. Before we jump into today's video, I want to just cut to a word from one of our sponsors, and then I'll jump into the computer. Okay, before we start the video, I want to just talk about one of our sponsors, Max Wright. He's actually putting together a webinar training which is going to teach you how to invest $5,000 wisely today that can give you a passive income of $100,000 per year or more in as little as 18 months. So this is an invitation-only webinar that he will be sharing all of this info with you. I'll put a link to the webinar underneath this video, as well as it's go.doubleclick.com/MaxWright. Max has been calling different Bitcoin cycles for the last 6 or 7 years. I've personally known him for about 13 years now, since I was about 20 years old. I'm 33 now. And he's a solid guy. He's super knowledgeable. He's got great insights into the cryptocurrency market, and he's really in this for the long term. He's also a great person to find different ways to make money both online and offline. So I'd strongly recommend sign up to this webinar, take the time, watch it. You will get massive amounts of value from Max. And for those of you who've been watching some of the videos previously, you would have seen his insights into BTC and why he feels like this is going to be at least $100,000 BTC in the next 12 to 18 months. So go ahead, register now, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the webinar. Okay, so let's jump right in. What is Bitcoin and how does it work? A Bitcoin is a type of digital currency which can be bought, sold, and transferred between the two parties securely over the internet. It cannot be touched and seen, but it can be traded electronically, and we can store it in our mobiles, our computers, or other storage media as a virtual currency. Bitcoin can store values much like fine gold, silver, and some other types of investments. It can be used to buy products and services as well as make payments and exchange value electronically. It is the most popular cryptocurrency in the world. And how does it work? So each Bitcoin is a computer file which is stored as a digital wallet in a smartphone or a computer and functions similar to an e-wallet app. Bitcoins use your default currency in a digitized form, which has its limits of production and limited to 25 million Bitcoins only. You can send Bitcoins to your digital wallet, and then you can send them to other people as well. Every single Bitcoin transaction is recorded in a public ledger called the blockchain. The blockchain makes it possible to trace the history of Bitcoins to stop people from spending Bitcoins that they do not own, and it also restricts to make copies of undoing transactions. So what do you mean by Bitcoin mining? Bitcoin mining is performed by Bitcoin miners, a group of people, and the procedure of Bitcoin mining is done by specialized computer equipment for solving algorithmic equations. Miners achieve Bitcoin mining by solving a problem, a computational problem, which makes the chain of blocks of transactions. These specialized computers help miners to authenticate the blocks of a transaction held within each Bitcoin network. Whenever a new block is added into the blockchain, immediately miners get a reward for this new block, and the miners get rewarded in Bitcoin along with transaction fees. So who developed it and who governs it? Bitcoin was invented by an unknown person named Satoshi Nakamoto in the year 2018, right after the global financial crisis. But there's no valid proof for who this person is behind Bitcoin, as he's never given an interview. It was released as open source software in 2009, and it was the first successful virtual currency designed with faith and equivalent to authorized currency of centralized government. It is a digital currency that uses rules of cryptography for regulation and generation of units of currency. It is commonly called decentralized digital currency. So who governs it? Bitcoin's not a company, so no one can govern the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital money that is issued and managed without any central authority. It is created as a reward in a competition in which miners who own the specialized computer offer their computing power to verify and generate new Bitcoins. They're also responsible for maintaining the security of the network into the blockchain, and the activity of creating a Bitcoin is known as mining, and every successful miner gets a reward with newly created Bitcoins and transaction fees. So what is a Bitcoin wallet? A Bitcoin wallet, also known as a digital wallet, is a software program where Bitcoins are stored. Technically, a Bitcoin wallet is stored a private key, i.e. a secret number for every Bitcoin address, and the owner of that wallet can send, receive, and exchange Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies. The Bitcoin wallet is of many forms, and some of them are desktop wallet, mobile wallet, web wallet, and hardware wallet. How do you choose your Bitcoin wallet? So choosing the best Bitcoin wallet is the most important steps in becoming a Bitcoin user. There's two initial steps to finding a Bitcoin wallet given below. So number one is decide what sort of crypto wallet you need, and number two is consider specific wallets to find the best one for you. Bitcoin wallets differ in many ways, such as security, convenience, level of privacy, coin support and anonymity, customer support, user interface, fees, built-in services, and other variables. The most common distinction in choosing a Bitcoin wallet is whether they are cold wallets or hot wallets. A cold wallet refers to offline storage of Bitcoins. These type of wallets are less convenient for frequent use, but they are much more secure. Number two is a hot wallet. The hot wallets are connected to the internet most of the time, and these type of wallets are suitable for daily use, but they are not very secure. Here I'll take you an example of a page called bitcoin.org to choose a wallet. So bitcoin.org is a very good starting point to explain how to choose your wallet because there's a lot of options available. So if you head over to bitcoin.com, you'll go to the option and choose your wallet, and then that decides the type of wallet you will want. These wallets are desktop wallet, mobile wallet, web wallet, and hardware wallet. Is Bitcoin anonymous? No, Bitcoin is not completely anonymous. Instead, it's pseudo-anonymous. So, i.e. every identity is tied with a fake name. It is because of each user has public access, and whenever there are financial transactions occur, the fraudsters will survive to trace that address. Who sets the Bitcoin price? The price of Bitcoin is determined by the market in which it trades. It is determined by how much someone is willing to pay for that Bitcoin, and the market sets the price of Bitcoin as the same as gold, oil, sugar, grains, etc. It's all determined the same way. Bitcoin, like any other market, is subject to the rules of supply and demand, i.e. more demand and less supply, price goes up. More supply, less demand, price goes down. No one in particular sets the Bitcoin price, nor we can trade it in one place. Each market/exchange determines its price based on supply and demand. How is a Bitcoin purchased? We can purchase a Bitcoin from many different sources. I'll outline some of them now. So it can be purchased from an online outlet with the help of credit cards or e-wallets like PayPal. It can be purchased with the help of local Bitcoins from a Bitcoin teller machine, which is the equivalent to cash vending machines. Bitcoin.com provides a list of authenticated online exchanges, centers, and where you can sell and purchase Bitcoins. How can you sell your Bitcoins? We can sell Bitcoins in many different ways. We can sell it online to an exchange or some other people who live nearby. It can be sold in the same way as it can be purchased. The price of Bitcoin fluctuates regularly as per supply and demand, and it can also be sold through Bitcoin ATMs, which allow sending and buying of Bitcoins. The transaction fees of Bitcoins are the lowest amongst all bank charges applied globally. Can stores accept my Bitcoins? As we know, anyone can accept Bitcoin. Many B2B services and hardware installations are available for the convenience of store owners. All these business organizations give invoicing and accounting with their services, and all third-party services are not compulsory. Individuals can transact and invoice on their own. How can you convert Bitcoin into fiat currencies? It is very important to know how to cash out your Bitcoin or withdraw from Bitcoin into fiat currencies, i.e. AUD, USD, Euro, or Great British Pounds, which will be acceptable in their native currency. So there's some easy ways listed below in this video, which will convert BTC into US dollars, AUD, Euro, or Great British Pounds. Before picking any of the listed methods, you need to figure out how you want to receive your fiat currency. So you can sell your Bitcoins in person for cash, or you can sell it on exchanges and get money directly into your bank account. So one way is cryptocurrency exchanges, Bitcoin debit cards, selling Bitcoins via local Bitcoins, and then finally Bitcoin ATMs. Can I mine Bitcoins? Great question. Bitcoin mining is not an easy process. It requires specialized computers which can perform the calculation of a large mathematical algorithm. These specialized computers are very costly and power consumption has gone extremely high. For installation of one of these such machines or these computers, you have to check for cost-effective environment, which is not the easy to do today. Today, Bitcoin mining machines are constantly being upgraded, and the moment that you get one, they're almost obsolete. Therefore, it will be very difficult for you to mine a Bitcoin. Can I trade Bitcoin without selling at an exchange? Yes. It is possible to trade Bitcoins directly without selling at an exchange, and many people prefer this because of the security and trust. Many exchanges were hacked in recent times, and the result of this, their Bitcoins vanished without any explanation. Another reason is privacy. These days, exchanges have similar KYC requirements as like banks do, and the KYC information is at risk of theft if the security of the exchange is not up to date. What can I buy with Bitcoin? We can purchase anything with Bitcoins that are legally sold in the world, like clothing, electronics, food, art, and handmade crafts. Bitcoin can also be used to buy large items like cars, real estate, investment vehicles such as precious metal, and many, many more. If you buy anything from Amazon through Bitcoin, you can get up to 20% discount, which is really cool to know. Some others also give a discount to people who pay with digital currency, and Bitcoin has its own store where you can buy t-shirts, bags, hoodies, and other merchandise. Is Bitcoin legal? Bitcoin is legal in many different countries in the world, but some countries state that they have banned its use, such as India, China, and Ecuador. The cryptocurrency regulations can vary from country to country, so you have to do your proper research before the initiation of a Bitcoin transaction in any organization. Wikipedia and many other online services have great guides on how Bitcoin is treated in all the countries around the world when it's regulated and how the regulated policies sit. What are the advantages and disadvantages of Bitcoin? The following are the advantages of Bitcoin. It is accepted worldwide at the same rates, and there is no risk of depreciation or appreciation. It also has the lowest transactional fees in the world. It has fewer risk and irreversible transaction benefiting merchants. It is fully secured and controlled by cryptographic encryption algorithms. It is the transparent and neutral mode of administration, as anyone can check data in real time. The following are the disadvantages of Bitcoin. There's a degree of acceptance. So in Bitcoin, the degrees of acceptance is very low because people are still unaware of its benefits, and it can fluctuate in prices. It's volatile. Total number of Bitcoins in circulation is very small, so even a small change can make the price of Bitcoin very, very volatile. Ongoing development. Bitcoin software is still in beta form, and many incomplete features are in active development. Who controls the Bitcoin network? Bitcoin network is the term used to describe all the servers which are mining the various transactions undertaken with Bitcoin. No one particularly can control the Bitcoin network, and all Bitcoin users around the world control it. To be compatible with each other, all Bitcoin users need to have and use the software that is compliant with the same rules. Bitcoin mining can only work correctly with a complete consensus among all users. Therefore, all users and developers have a strong incentive to protect this. What is the price of one Bitcoin, and can I buy a part of a Bitcoin? So the buying rate of one Bitcoin as of the 27th of December 2020 is approximately $28,153.70. The price of Bitcoin changes every second, and it's actually changed since I've said that number. It's gone up slightly. If you do not want to buy one Bitcoin as a whole, you can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin also. It is because each Bitcoin can be divided up into 8 decimals. That's 0.00000001. So for instance, with $1, you can buy a very small amount of BTC. How do Bitcoin transactions work? A transaction is a transfer of value between Bitcoin wallets of senders and receivers in the blockchain network, and each Bitcoin transaction is composed of that amount. The amount is the input, i.e. the sending address, and the output, the receiver's address, and the private keys that allow spending the Bitcoin from the individual's account. The blockchain is a database which maintains the transaction history since Bitcoin's inception. And finally, number 20. What steps should I take to safeguard myself against Bitcoin fraud? The basic advice is that you should not invest in anything you do not understand. There are many schemes and scams available around Bitcoin mining, as well as pump and dump groups, as well as MLM groups where you have to involve other people in your group in order to get rewards. A blockchain is a high-risk technology. It has potential, but we never guarantee anything. There is no way as a guaranteed return in the Bitcoin world. On the ZebPay homepage, there is a section that lists about frauds and scams and advises users on how to protect themselves. And just quickly before we sign the video out, I just want to talk about another one of our sponsors, BlockFi. BlockFi is a lending platform that allows you to borrow against your cryptocurrency so you don't actually have to sell any. You've got the ability to put your crypto to work with BlockFi and earn up to 8.6% per annum with your interest account. Now, if you sign up today, you get up to a $250 crypto bonus with a deposit of $25 or more. This is really cool. If you're wanting to earn some interest on your cryptocurrency or just get some more crypto, this is a great way to do this. I also mentioned if you are looking to borrow against your cryptocurrency, they allow you to do that. They charge you a very low interest rate of 4.5%. They will lend up to 50% of your cryptocurrency. So if you got $10,000, they will lend you up to $5,000 at a 4.5% interest rate, which is essentially in Australia what you are paying for a mortgage for a house, which is just absolutely crazy. And the loan is for 12 months. They're also backed by some of the biggest names in cryptocurrency: Morgan Creek Capital Management, Coinbase Ventures, Galaxy Digital, the Winklevoss Capital, and a few other ones that I can't pronounce. Okay, so hopefully that was really informative, gave you lots of insight into the most commonly asked questions and how you can answer them if people are asking you. As always, I've really enjoyed making this video for you and constantly making content for you every single day. You can tell that I'm super tired over the Christmas break because there's lots of kid activities, but I'm working hard to serve you guys and make sure that I'm providing value. As always, like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate all of the comments, both public and private. And yeah, it's only a few days away from New Year's Eve, which is super exciting.